Hello students, now we are going to discuss manufacturing industry. As you know, the first activity of the world was primary activity, while the second was manufacturing activities. Now we are watching a lot such type of things are present that are present in our surrounding in the changing looks. What is it? It is manufacturing. We are finding different type of commodities like as book, like as copy, like as laptop, like as some other toys. All are changed in the real form. Just like paper is found in the form of tree, but after changing its shape, we are finding it, we are consuming it in the form of book. It is a type of manufacturing. Now we have need to know how a thing is going to change its look, utility as well as value, and for it is essential to discuss about manufacturing industries. First we have need to define it. As the definition, we can say the process of converting raw materials for some components into finished goods or to more valuable product is called manufacturing. After giving attention towards the definition, we can say it is changing the utility and value of raw material as well as its form. Just we can take the example iron and steel. It is found in the form of ore, iron ore, but after processing we change it into iron or steel. The new, not only the new look we are giving, or but utility and value we are going to increase in it. It's or the process is known as manufacturing. Now we are going to discuss about importance of manufacturing, in which first we can say reduces dependency on primary sector. In the first period of human travel, the primary activities was present only on the world, and due to it each and every people was or were dependent over primary sector. With the help of manufacturing, we can reduces the dependency on primary factor, because a lot of people are working in manufacturing. In this way we can say we can reduce, हम लोग प्राइमरी सेक्टर पर अत्यधिक डिपेंडेंसी जो है लोगों का, वह मैन्युफैक्चरिंग के द्वारा कम कर सकते हैं, क्योंकि खेती में लगे हुए लोग फैक्ट्री में काम करेंगे तो खेती पर निर्भरता कम हो जाएगी. सेकेंड इज प्री कंडीशन for eradication of unemployment and poverty. As you know, it is a worldwide problem, unemployment and poverty. Each and every country has launched a lot type of programs and schemes for eradication of unemployment as well as poverty. Each and every country wants to eradicate it. Manufacturing unit, manufacturing industries is one way for eradication of unemployment and poverty. अगर मैन्युफैक्चरिंग यूनिट्स और इंडस्ट्रीज की हम स्थापना करते हैं तो हम अपने देश से, अपने समाज से अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट और पॉवर्टी को खत्म कर सकते हैं। यह सिर्फ इसी से हो सकता है। जब तक मैन्युफैक्चरिंग इंडस्ट्रीज हम स्थापित नहीं करेंगे तब तक इरेडिकेशन ऑफ अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट एंड पॉवर्टी इज नॉट पॉसिबल। एट द थर्ड, वैल्यूएबल फॉरेन एक्सचेंज। एज यू नो, each and every country nowadays wants to acquire more and more foreign currency, and with the help of manufacturing industries our trade and commerce may be enlarged, and with the help of foreign trade and commerce we can earn a lot foreign currencies, and in this way it is a way for finding foreign currencies. हम लोग मैन्युफैक्चरिंग इंडस्ट्रीज के द्वारा विदेशी मुद्रा अर्जित करते हैं। जितना जहाँ का मैन्युफैक्चरिंग इंडस्ट्रीज डेवलप्ड होगा उस देश में उतना ही ज़्यादा फॉरेन करेंसी होगी। एज वेल एज द नेक्स्ट मैन्युफैक्चर्ड गुड्स have higher value. Try to consider, we can export our iron ore, and if we want to export it, but after manufacturing, after changing its look, after changing its value, after creating the more utility in it, we can sell a lot quantity in the international market. It is so common things. Sometimes we are finding the raw material has only a few value, but after the processing of manufacturing its value is going to increase. हम लोग देखते हैं कि सामान्यतः कच्चे माल का वैल्यू कम होता है, लेकिन जब उसको मैन्युफैक्चरिंग इंडस्ट्री के प्रोसेस से गुजारा जाता है तो उसकी वैल्यू बढ़ जाती है और इसे हम ज़्यादा कीमत पर बेच सकते हैं। जैसे भारत से आयरन ओर बाहर बेचा जाता है, लेकिन अगर उसी को हम मैन्युफैक्चरिंग इंडस्ट्रीज और इसके प्रोसेस से गुजार कर कोई नई चीज़ बना करके बेचें तो हमें ज़्यादा फ़ायदा होगा। As well as we can say employment opportunities, it can create a lot employment opportunities because a lot workers are needed in it. Some such type of manufacturing industries are present that are considered as labor intensive industry, and in such type of industries we have a huge opportunities of employment. बहुत से ऐसे उद्योग हैं जिसमें काफ़ी अधिक व्यक्ति की आवश्यकता होती है, मजदूरों की आवश्यकता होती है। अगर ऐसे यूनिट की स्थापना जिस भी देश, जिस भी समाज में होगी वहाँ एम्प्लॉयमेंट अपॉर्चुनिटी ज़्यादा क्रिएट किया जा सकता है। Now we are going to discuss contribution of industry to national economy, because national economy, the growth of national economy is essential for a country. Without the development and growth of national economy, we can't increase our income. इनकम वी कैन से, जब तक हमारे इकोनॉमी का विकास नहीं होगा तब तक देश का विकास नहीं होगा। यहाँ इसलिए अध्ययन जरूरी है कि इंडस्ट्री का क्या योगदान है किसी राष्ट्र की इकोनॉमी में। इन विच इन कंसर्न टू इंडिया वी कैन से शेयर इन जीडीपी, शेयर ऑफ इंडस्ट्रीज मैन्युफैक्चरिंग is 17% directly. Manufacturing industry's share is present. The total share is 27% of industry, but in which the mining, the other type of quarrying, type of industries are included that may be considered as industry of primary sector. इसमें मैन्युफैक्चरिंग इंडस्ट्रीज का योगदान हमारे जीडीपी में 17% है, जबकि हर तरह के इंडस्ट्री का योगदान 27% है। आफ्टर वाचिंग द कंडीशन ऑफ चाइना एंड ईस्ट एशियन कंट्रीज वी आर फाइंडिंग चाइनाज contribution in GDP of manufacturing industries is about 40%, while the East countries' contribution in GDP is 30%. In such surrounding, we can say we have need to increase our manufacturing industries more and more for increasing the contribution of manufacturing sector in our GDP, as well as second, employment. Try to consider as per economic survey report of 2K14 and 15, it implies 12% of the country's labor force, 12% संपूर्ण लेबर फोर्स का हम इंडस्ट्री में, मैन्युफैक्चरिंग इंडस्ट्रीज में प्रयोग कर रहे हैं। अकॉर्डिंग टू नेशनल मैन्युफैक्चरिंग पॉलिसी 2K11, एवरी जॉब क्रिएटेड इन द मैन्युफैक्चरिंग सेक्टर, it has opportunity to create more and more job opportunity. About 2/3 additional jobs are related to manufacturing activities. अगर इन बातों पर ध्यान दें तो हम पाते हैं कि नेशनल मैन्युफैक्चरिंग पॉलिसी 2011 के अनुसार 2/3 अतिरिक्त जॉब का क्रिएशन मैन्युफैक्चरिंग इंडस्ट्रीज में हुआ है। इन दिस वे वी कैन से वी हैव द ह्यूज अपॉर्चुनिटी ऑफ क्रिएटिंग जॉब. In this way we can increase employment more and more in manufacturing industries. As well as now we are going to discuss about the growth rate. In the last decade, it was 7%, but in the coming decades it was estimated 12%, and we would achieve about 12% from 2K3 at the rate of 9 and 10% per annum. In this way we can say our growth rate is so good. In the coming time we have a type of estimation to increase our growth rate more than 12%. And actually we have seen industry and agriculture both are interrelated, because We can't imagine about one activities without the other activities. Actually, we want to say agriculture, the existence of agriculture can't be known without industry, and the existence of industry can't be imagined without agriculture. In concern to India, we can say. So now we have need to discuss contribution of agriculture to industry. एग्रीकल्चर की क्या भूमिका है इंडस्ट्री में? At the first we can say agriculture provides raw materials to industry such as jute, cotton, sugarcane, paddy, oil seeds and a lot things, cotton also. Without such type of raw material, we can't imagine about such type of industry like a jute industry, cotton industry, sugar industry can't be imagined without agriculture's raw material. Its input that is considered as raw material is coming from agriculture sector. एग्रीकल्चर रॉ मटेरियल के रूप में इंडस्ट्री को अपना उत्पाद देता है, तब वह इंडस्ट्री काम करती है. जैसे जूट, कॉटन, अगर ये किसान नहीं उपजाए तो इसकी इंडस्ट्री की कल्पना हम नहीं कर सकते हैं. सेकेंड, इट ऑल्सो एक्ट्स एज ए सोर्स ऑफ कैपिटल फॉर्मेशन which can be utilized in industry. Here we can say capital formation is a good source of agriculture. Means with the help of agriculture we can collect huge capital that may be used for the establishing industries. यहाँ पूंजी की बात है तो पूंजी एग्रीकल्चर देता है. किसान का जमा ही बैंकों में होता है और बैंक से लोन इंडस्ट्री की स्थापना के लिए मिलता है. इस रूप में हम कह सकते हैं कि एग्रीकल्चर कैपिटल फॉर्मेशन जो इंडस्ट्री के लिए अनिवार्य है को पूरा करता है. एट द थर्ड, इट प्रोवाइड्स फूड टू द industrial worker. Each and every person that is working anywhere, it is not a subject, but they have need to food, and food comes from agriculture. In this way we can say agriculture provides food for the industrial worker. यहाँ इंडस्ट्रियल वर्कर हो या कोई भी व्यक्ति हो, उसको खाना चाहिए और खाना इंडस्ट्री से पैदा नहीं हो सकता है. इसके लिए एग्रीकल्चर का होना अनिवार्य है. जब तक एग्रीकल्चर नहीं होगा तब तक वर्कर को खाना मिल नहीं सकता है, चाहे वह हम दूसरे देश से क्यों ना मंगाएं. लेकिन खाना जब भी आएगा तो एग्रीकल्चर सेक्टर से. एज वेल एज नेक्स्ट, इट प्रोवाइड्स गुड मार्केट टू द इंडस्ट्रियल प्रोडक्ट. A lot such type of industrial products are present that are being used in agricultural field like a tractor, harvester, combine, power tiller, a small tractor, as well as a lot things we can say fertilizer, pesticides and so on. Without agriculture we can't imagine the market of industrial product. कई ऐसे इंडस्ट्रियल प्रोडक्ट हैं जिसका प्रयोग सिर्फ खेती में होता है. इस तरह से हम कह सकते हैं कि एग्रीकल्चर उनको मार्केट उपलब्ध कराता है जहां वो अपने प्रोडक्ट को बेच सकते हैं, चाहे वो हार्वेस्टर हो, कंबाइन हो, पावर टीलर हो, मोटर हो, पंप हो, एनीथिंग्स. एंड last we can say it also decreases pressure on industry. Actually, industry is unable to provide job opportunity to all persons that are present in a country. It is not possible. But agriculture has the huge job opportunity, and in this way the agriculture provides job opportunity, and in this way the pressure over the मैन्युफैक्चरिंग इंडस्ट्रीज इज गोइंग टू रिड्यूस. एग्रीकल्चर के होने से इंडस्ट्री पर उतना जॉब अपॉर्चुनिटी का प्रेशर नहीं होता है. ए लॉट सच टाइप ऑफ कंट्रीज आर प्रेजेंट लाइक एज इंग्लैंड दैट हैज अंडर डेवलप्ड एग्रीकल्चर, एंड इन दिस कंट्री और इन सच टाइप ऑफ कंट्री हैज ए गुड प्रेशर ओवर द industries. But we can give the example of America's agriculture as well as industries, both are developed, so a good combination is present between agriculture and industry in America. No. As well as now we are going to discuss about industry to agriculture, contribution of industry in agriculture. Here we can say industry provides input to the agriculture agriculture industry provides input to the agriculture such as fertilizer, pesticides, tractor and etc. On the contrary, if we are going to discuss about the contribution of industry to agriculture, we can say the input of agriculture is provided by industry, like as agriculture has need of a machine, but machine is made in industry, like as fertilizer. यहाँ हम कह सकते हैं कि इंडस्ट्री में जिन मशीनों की आवश्यकता होती है उसकी आपूर्ति इंडस्ट्री ही करता है. तो खेती के इनपुट को इंडस्ट्री प्रोवाइड करता है. एज वेल एज द सेकेंड, इट प्रोवाइड्स इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चरल फैसिलिटीज. एक्चुअली एज यू नो, a lot infrastructure are essential in agriculture that can't be provided without industries, because different type of technology based machine is present that is helping in agricultural work. अभी कई ऐसी मशीनें आ गई है जो इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर को तैयार करती है खेती के लिए. नाली बनाना हो, समतलीकरण हो, ए लॉट सच टाइप ऑफ वर्क्स आर प्रेजेंट दैट इज कंसिडर्ड एज इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर and it is provided by industry. As well as the third, it can observe surplus labor or workers of agriculture and reduces pressure on agriculture. Industry is giving job opportunity to worker. When industry was not present, worker were bounded to do work only in agriculture, but nowadays such type of pressure is not present over agriculture due to industry. If industry units industries manufacturing units started to establish, it has need of worker, and worker came from the agricultural sector, and in this way we can say it reduces pressure on agriculture. जब इस तरह के इंडस्ट्री की स्थापना होगी तो उसमें वर्कर की आवश्यकता होगी, और वह वर्कर कहाँ से आएगा? एग्रीकल्चर सेक्टर से, और इस तरह से एग्रीकल्चर सेक्टर पर जो जनसंख्या का दबाव है वो कम होता चला जाएगा। एज वेल एज द लास्ट इट ऑल्सो इंक्रीजेज द मार्केट वैल्यू ऑफ एग्रीकल्चरल प्रोडक्ट। एग्रीकल्चरल प्रोडक्ट is useless, only we can use it as the food and fodder in the absence of industries. But if the industries are present, we can increase the market value, because manufacturing process is going to make the higher value of agricultural product. अगर हम धान बेचें तो कम लाभ मिलेगा, लेकिन उसी को मिल में अगर चावल कुटा दें तो उसकी कीमत बढ़ जाती है। बादाम की कीमत कम रहती है, लेकिन अगर उससे हम तेल निकाल लें तो तेल की कीमत बढ़ जाती है। इन दिस वे वी कैन से द मार्केट वैल्यू ऑफ एग्रीकल्चरल प्रोडक्ट इज गोइंग टू इंक्रीजेज विद द हेल्प ऑफ मैन्युफैक्चरिंग यूनिट्स। Here we have need to discuss about the industrial location। उद्योगों की स्थापना के लिए कौन कौन से तत्व आवश्यक है? At the first we can say availability of raw material, labor, capital, power, market, transport as well as governmental policies are essential. Without it we can't establish an industry. Like as raw material, have you not heard about Tata? The owner of Tata was inhabitant of Mumbai, but he established Tisco in the forest village Sakchi. Why? Because the superfine iron ore, that is raw material for iron and steel industry, is present near Sakchi. Just like labor, the cheap labor is essential. An industry can be established at the place where cheap laborers are present. Why? The worldwide industries are present in India and China, because the cheap laborers are available in China and India. Just like capital. Why the capital based industries are present or concentrated in the surrounding of Mumbai? Because a lot billionaires are present in Mumbai. In such way we can say power means electricity. If electricity, cheap electricity is present, we can establish an industry easily. Nowadays you have heard about Swarna Rekha river. With the help of Swarna Rekha river and Kharkhai river, the Tisco is producing good hydro power as well as markets. Try to consider why industries are concentrated near Mumbai as well as Surat, Calcutta and Chennai, because market facilities are present. as well as we can say the transport. If transport facilities mean railways, airways, roadways are good network of such transport means are present at a place, the location of industries has possibility. As the next we can say governmental policies. If governmental policies are in favor of industry, the industry owner can dare to establish an industry. You have heard about SAGE. SAGE is a special type of governmental policy, and with the help of SAGE, a lot industries started to set up in India. Here, the second point, after an industrial activity starts, urbanization follows. Just if industrial sectors has established at one place, it is essential the place would be turned into urban area, that is known as urbanization. Try to consider about Surat as well as Mumbai. The expansion of Mumbai depend on industrial growth also. As well as we want to give again example of Tata. Tata is an urban area. Although it was a forest place, but after establishing Tisco, now Tata is considered as one of the beautiful urban area of India. As यहाँ जैसे ही इंडस्ट्रियल एक्टिविटी शुरू होती है, वहाँ शहरीकरण का काम शुरू हो जाता है. ड्यू टू इट वी कैन से एट द नेक्स्ट पॉइंट इंडस्ट्रियलाइजेशन एंड अर्बनाइजेशन गो हैंड इन हैंड. दोनों एक साथ चलता है. बिकॉज वी प्रोवाइड मार्केट्स एंड ऑल्सो प्रोवाइड services like as banking, insurance, transport, consultation, financial advices, such type of things. And due to it, if industrialization is going on, urbanization is also going on. We have need the urban area for providing all type of facilities to industries like as banking, इंश्योरेंस, ट्रांसपोर्ट, यह सब फैसिलिटीज अर्बन एरिया ही दे सकता है इंडस्ट्री को. एंड ड्यू टू सच टाइप ऑफ फैसिलिटीज इंडस्ट्रियलाइजेशन इज मस्ट वेयर सच टाइप ऑफ फैसिलिटीज आर प्रेजेंट. At the next point, have such facility is known as agglomeration economics. Actually, an industry is coming in urban area because there such type of facilities are present that are considered as infrastructure for industrialization. And due to it, we want to give again example of Tata. After establishing Tisco, gradually such type of facilities started to present at Tata, and due to it, a lot industries started to set up. They wanted to establish at such place in the hope of finding such type of facilities. It is known as agglomeration economics. ऐसी जो सुविधाएं होती है जो अर्बन एरिया में ही मिल सकती है, जैसे बैंकिंग, इंश्योरेंस, ट्रांसपोर्ट, कंसल्टेशन, और इसी के कारण वहाँ इंडस्ट्री खींचे चले आते हैं. तो इन दोनों का ऐसा संबंध एगालोमेरेशन इकोनॉमिक्स कहलाता है। Here at the last we can say after independence manufacturing units were located from the point of view of overseas trade like Mumbai, Kolkata, Chennai, Surat and so on. Because after the independence we or in the second 5-year plan that was dedicated to industries, India started to establish different type of industries, but where either seashore cities, otherwise nearby the seashore cities. Due to it, in those time several industries had set up in the surrounding of Mumbai, Kolkata, Chennai, because the main objectives of establishing such type of industries was overseas trade and commerce. We want to export only. In those days we were not giving any attention towards the internal trades, and then after emerged certain small industries in urban centers surrounded by a huge agricultural rural hinterland, और तब धीरे धीरे छोटे छोटे उद्योगों की स्थापना वैसे अर्बन सेंटर पर होने लगी जहां दूर दूर से इंडस्ट्रियल प्रोडक्ट आते थे, और इंडस्ट्रियल प्रोडक्ट जो रॉ मटेरियल होता था इंडस्ट्री का को पूरा करने वाले क्षेत्र हिंटरलैंड कहलाते थे। जस्ट लाइक you can consider about Bokaro and Tata. The good hinterland is present like as Raniganj, Dhanbad for coal, Badampur, such type of industries of such type of mining of iron ore are present in Singhbhumi as well as in Odisha. Such type of hinterlands are present as well as the agricultural product also. Just we want to give the example of Ahmedabad. A lot cotton industries are present because a good hinterland is present of cotton. गुजरात और महाराष्ट्र में काफ़ी कपास उपजाया जाता है जो हिंटरलैंड की तरह इन कच्चे मालों को अहमदाबाद, सूरत, मुंबई जैसे इंडस्ट्री में पहुंचाते हैं। यही कारण है कि महाराष्ट्र और गुजरात का इलाका हिंटरलैंड माना जाता है कॉटन इंडस्ट्री के लिए। धन्यवाद।